Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal finding ally in bid to complete £43.5 million summer transfer, and then we're going to look at Arsenal could sack Mikel Arteta next season as Gunners boss handed transfer ultimatum. So the first transfer headline states that Arsenal find ally in bid to complete £43.5 million summer transfer. So the reports are stating that the Gunners will need to strengthen Mikel Arteta's squad after a season of struggle in the Premier League and are closing in on one target. Arsenal have found an ally in their pursuit of Real Betis midfielder Guido Rodriguez. Mikel Arteta is keen to upgrade his options in the area when the summer transfer window opened, and it appears he has now found his number one transfer target. Guido Rodriguez has impressed for the La Liga side since joining from Mexican side America ahead of the current campaign. The Argentine has played mainly as a defensive midfielder under Manuel Pellegrini, though has also scored 2 goals. The Gunners currently have Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka, Mohamed El Neni and Dani Ceballos as defensive midfield options, but Thomas Partey has suffered with injuries and Dani Ceballos is returning to Real Madrid at the end of the campaign. That means Arsenal have to improve their options, and Guido Rodriguez has moved to the top of their shortlist after helping Real Betis to the edge of European qualification. It appears that the Gunners have discovered a potentially important ally in the quest to sign the 27-year-old. Estadio Deportivo report that the Rodriguez first club River Plate are keeping a close eye on the situation. The Argentine Giants still own the training rights to Rodriguez and so will be entitled to any portion of any transfer fee that Real Betis are able to bring in. The transfer fee is set to be a sizable one, with Rodriguez's release clause an eye-watering £69.5 million. Estadio do claim, though, that Betis' financial problems will see them forced into selling one of their star players in the summer. Rodriguez's performances this campaign means he's one of those stars at risk departing the Benito Villamarin Stadium. It is also reported that the Gunners are one of the clubs to have shown the most interest and are expected to make a move in the summer. Despite his hefty release clause, it is understood several offers have currently been made for Guido Rodriguez of more than £50 million. That has alerted River Plate, who understandably want the fee they receive to be as high as possible. As a result, Estadio state that they are willing to ally themselves with Gunners to ensure a deal for the midfielder is completed. Rodriguez spent 2 years in the senior squad at River Plate, though made only 16 appearances before departing for Mexico. So the first news headline states that Arsenal found ally in bid to complete £43.5 million summer transfer, and it looks like Guido Rodriguez is someone that Mikel Arteta is making his transfer priority this season, and he's someone that could be the ideal perfect partner to Thomas Partey. So the next piece of news states that Arsenal could sack Mikel Arteta next season as Gunners boss handed transfer ultimatum. So the reports are stating that Mikel Arteta could be walking a tightrope next season if he fails to get Arsenal firing on all cylinders from the very start. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta could be relieved of his duties during the early stages of next season if the Spaniard's planned summer overhaul fails to improve the team's fortunes, according to reports. The Gunners have endured a torrid Premier League campaign and are limping to a disappointing mid-table finish. Mikel Arteta's side are still in with a chance of winning the Europa League, but if they fail to qualify for next season's competition, they will be forced to go through an entire campaign without continental football for the first time in 25 years. The former Arsenal and Everton midfielder can take credit for a number of positives since his appointment in November 2019, including the successful integration of a number of talented youth players. However, the collective performances this season have simply not been good enough for a club of Arsenal's size and stature. Mikel Arteta found himself under significant pressure over the festive period, with the Gunners firmly in the bottom half of the table, but a mini revival kept his job secure. Since climbing back into the Premier League's top 10, the club's on-pitch improvements have been minimal, with a number of critical errors dropping valuable points for the North London outfits. A large-scale summer overhaul is expected at the end of the campaign, with reinforcements desperately needed for Arsenal to stand any chance of fighting for a top 4 finish next season. It seems as though Mikel Arteta's immediate future will be reliant on a successful transfer window, as club chiefs are prepared to wield the axe if performances do not improve. The report claims that the 39-year-old has been given a 10-match ultimatum to show that his side can be competitive, which is set to come into effect at the start of next season. Mikel Arteta declared ahead of Sunday's victory over Newcastle United that he's not worried about the sack ahead of the most important week of his short managerial career. He will lead the Gunners into battle against Villarreal for Thursday evening's decisive Europa League semi-final second clash, with the aim of overturning a 2-1 first leg deficit at the Emirates Stadium. I don't want to think that way, Mikel Arteta told reporters. I want to think that we are going to be in that Europa League final, and then we are going to have really positive consequences after that. Arsenal have been less than impressive in recent outings, taking just 2 wins from their last 6 Premier League matches. When quizzed on the factors behind his team's dire form, Mikel Arteta explained it is for many reasons. 1. We haven't had the opportunity to have a very consistent lineup. Consistency in results in the Premier League is very different to the Europa League, where we have been consistent. But in the league we haven't for many reasons. One of those is the lineup, another is the amount of errors that we have produced in key moments, another is the lack of effectiveness in the final third, I would say, to kill games off. Another is because the opponent has sometimes been better. We try to be as clear as we can all the time in our messages, but sometimes the opponents get it right from the beginning. I think it was crucial against Villarreal that they scored early and how we reacted after that. There are some games where we have started really well and not finished that well, so I don't think there has been a pattern over the season. So you have to wait and see how this pans out, but other than that guys, remain blessed, stay tuned for the next video, and peace.